Hello and welcome to LaRosa Reads. I'm Denise LaRosa, and today I'm going to share my very short but sweet November TBR. So the mastermind behind Nonfiction November, Olive from a book Olive, recently announced that this would indeed be her final year of hosting Nonfiction November. And I have had a great time participating in this wonderful reading initiative. And I am so excited that she has given us four very interesting prompts, four very interesting words to prompt us, inspire us to make those TBRs very nonfiction friendly. The four words that are prompts for this year's Nonfiction November are code, path, shot, and join. For the prompt code, I have decided to take the approach of ethical codes by selecting Lovely One. Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson is a woman who has inspired me, although my career couldn't be further away from the Supreme Court. However, it is unmistakable that she has made history by being the first Black female justice to serve on our Supreme Court here in the United States of America. Anyone who makes history, who really pushes us into a new stratosphere of possibility, is someone that I want to learn more about, regardless of whether or not I'm even interested in their field or their area of expertise. I want to know more about this magical human. So it says here in the synopsis, with this unflinching account, Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson invites readers into her life and world, tracing her family's ascent from segregation to her confirmation on America's highest court within the span of one generation. I mean, just reading that has me so excited to dive into this audiobook. I want to hear her voice. I want to hear her speak to her lived experience. I am super excited to read, or rather listen to, Lovely One. From one well-known figure in America to another, we have the late, phenomenal Lisa Marie Presley's memoir that is titled From Here to the Great Unknown, a memoir. I decided to be inspired to listen to this audiobook through the prompt path because I think the title speaks to a path, a life path that is one that is so unique, so intriguing, to be Elvis's only child and to have married the king of pop. These are just two of many aspects to Lisa Marie Presley's life that just leaves people curious and wanting to know more about the woman who just lived through so much, so many tragedies, and yet seemed very authentically herself and unapologetically herself. I loved her energy, her essence. She is a celebrity, a public figure whom I think is just greatly missed for so many reasons. Prior to Lisa Marie's passing, her daughter, Riley Keough, was helping her finish up her memoir. Of course, we now know that Lisa Marie Presley passed away before that project was complete, and Riley decided to move forward with that project and complete it for her mother, which is just speaks to the strength, the resilience, and the love that Riley Keough has for her mother and that she embodies within herself. So from two audiobooks to a third audiobook that tackles the prompt shot, I have Over the Influence by the one, the only JoJo, a wonderful, extremely talented vocalist that was a pop star at a very young age in the early 2000s. I feel that JoJo is a voice that people sleep on. I just remember being blown away by her vocal talents. I believe it was like around 2004, and I purchased her CD. That's what I purchased back then, and just relished in it. I enjoyed it. It was a very pop-ish type of vibe that I thought didn't give justice to the exquisite vocalist that she is. However, I just knew that she was going to continue to rock the world with her musical talents, and she kind of faded off for a little bit, at least for me. And so when I saw this memoir pop up in my Instagram feed, I thought to myself, this is a story that I'm curious about. Signed to a major recording deal at just 12 years old, JoJo catapulted to the top of the pop and R&B infused charts in the mid-2000s. The relatability of her youth and the appeal of her cool girl mystique earned her millions of fans around the world. JoJo was an undeniable superstar and pop culture fixture, spanning roles in major studio films. See, I didn't even know that. Top 40 radio, frequenting magazine covers, and appearing on national TV. Then, out of the blue, everything came to a halt, and JoJo seemingly stepped out of the spotlight, leaving many fans to wonder what happened to JoJo. And apparently we are definitely going to find out what indeed happened to her and where she is in life in the present moment. I'm looking forward to this one, you guys, and JoJo herself is narrating it. I cannot wait to listen to Over the Influence. For the last prompt for Nonfiction November 2024, I decided to pull this book off my shelves, dust it off, and open it up. And the book will fulfill the prompt join, and it is titled Saying It Loud, 1966, the year Black Power challenged the Civil Rights Movement. I am fascinated by the dichotomy that exists between the Black Power movement and the nonviolent protesting and that movement that MLK, Martin Luther King Jr., led towards Black Americans' fight for civil rights. I have read about both approaches. I resonate with both approaches. And this book just leads me to believe that there is so much to learn in the nuances that exist in humanity, including movements such as the Civil Rights Movement. I don't believe in you're for or against, you're all of this or you're all of that. I think the beauty and the human experience happens whenever we acknowledge and appreciate and lean into the nuance. So, sounds like we've got a lot going on with that in this book. So this book tells the story of how the Black Power phenomenon disrupted the Civil Rights Movement in the turbulent year of 1966. Saying It Loud takes readers inside the dramatic events in this seminal year. Moderate icon John Lewis was ousted as chairman of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee by Stokely Carmichael, whose impassioned cry of Black Power during a protest march in rural Mississippi redefined the Civil Rights Movement. In Oakland, California, the Black Power cry was taken up by Huey Newton and Bob Seale as they founded the Black Panther Party for self-defense. This new Black identity would inspire the founding of Black history programs in colleges and universities. It would be reflected in the Black arts movement in Harlem started by Leroy Jones, and it would give birth to the new holiday of Kwanzaa. So this is a deeply researched and compellingly written book, and it offers brilliant portraits of the major civil rights figures and their year-long drama, and of lesser known, which I love, but instrumental figures too. I cannot wait to dive into this book. It is one that I know will give me so much affirmation, so much information. It is a book that I just think I'm going to love and can't wait to get to. All right, I told you guys it was going to be short and sweet for Nonfiction November. I'm sure that I'll dive into some fiction books as well, but I wanted to give an intentional look and honor and celebrate our Nonfiction November with Olive from a book Olive. I want to know if you're participating, and if you are participating in Nonfiction November, what do you plan to read? Hop over in those comments and let me know. And until next time, happy reading. Bye.